T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Meet Transformers Alternators Grimlock. Can you believe he gave up his Dino mode to be a puny Autobot muscle car? Well, he's a Ford Mustang GT. I believe he was a 2004 version of the Mustang. Here is this artwork right here, which is concept artwork, I believe, because he has a transformation that would have been way better than what actually came with the toy. As you can see, he has that skirt on his butt. But anyway, here's this stuff back here. Product images and whatnot. The cross sale is Swindle Jeep Wrangler. Now, this was one of my favorite alternators. Let's get him out of here and see if that still holds up. Here's Grimlock out of the packaging, and he is fairly delicious in his Ford Mustang mold right here. I love it. You can see all this detail in the front. The Mustang logo looking greatly detailed. The headlights all transparent. Look at all the parts and pieces we used to get. Even has a rear view mirror up in there. I can't see whether that, I believe that is reflective, but I can't really tell. Look at the rims. They have the brake disc detail in there and everything. Transparent lights back there. The GT logo, Grimlock license plate. The trunk opens up. Can't really fit anything in there. Doors open. Steering wheel turns. Has a ton of details in there. Nice red seats. The hood opens. His engine fell out of place. But here's that engine, since it doesn't want to be in there with the Ford logo on it. But that's what it should look like. It has the steering gimmick that most of these alternators have. Since this hood is in separate pieces, it likes to shut separately. And the bottom, besides this sword and the Autobot logos, they tried to make sure that nothing was showing down here. I mean, you can see his fist right here, but they went out of their way to make sure that this was a complete model car. But anyway, let's try to transform this dude. First thing you want to do, open the trunk. Pull the bumper out. The bumper up. From the undercarriage, lift these two flaps up. Open the doors. Push the roof down. And start bending this forward. Unfold this section. Flatten the seats. Shut these panels. Rotate this lower crotch. Separate the legs from the undercarriage. Separate that from the front. Now rotate the front of the car. Lift the hood and remove this engine right here. This is where he becomes very fun. This is the most difficult part. You need to get the assembly that's underneath of the side of the car right here out from underneath of the engine area carefully. What I like to do is basically grab on this and try to push this out of here, because it's like pegged in very, very good. And this is what is the difficult part, to like get that out of there without knocking the doors off. It's possible. So bring that down like this, and now the doors have clearance. Yay. Next you want to rotate this out while this area is still bent down like this, and start getting the door, or trying like rotate it like this so the door will be out of the way. You want the door to be in that orientation right there. And you want this section to be bent like this. What we can do now is elongate the arm and rotate the bicep. Do the same thing over here. Start rotating as you're turning to make sure the door doesn't bang up against anything. Lift this part up in this orientation and bring that down and rotate the bicep. That done, we can get this hood out the way and unpeg the windshield from the front of the car, which is in there very good, as you can see. Grab this little plastic piece in the center of the hood, bend it forward like this. Don't do it all the way. Start sliding it forward like that. The head is on a slide. Make sure it's not slid all the way out. Start trying to get the head through here, but as the head is going through, now you slide it forward. Angle it back, and now it should clear the hood. Push the hood down and into place, and lower this neck area down onto that piece of plastic in the hood that we already folded under. With that in place, these two tabs right here on the top of the shoulder assembly need to slot into there, these two areas. So lift that up, get it in good, and push it as hard as you can. Like literally use force. Because if you don't do that, you can't do this next step. Now we need to accordion this spine area down, and these little tabs right here need to slot over this right here in the inside of the hood. So boom, push that down. So yeah. Whoo! I did it. Transformers, alternators, Grimlock, and robot mode. Grimlock is still rather good looking. Now, does he have flaws? Yes. These doors, or the door kibble, I mean, they don't bother me as much as this butt flap right here. And the way his roof protrudes, windshield just protrudes off his back, like it's just completely just hanging off of there. There's like all this back right there, which is a nuisance. And this area, no matter what I do, it will not clip in very well. But this is an old toy that I played with a lot. Another thing I didn't like, these wheels. If they could like squeeze in and lock into place, that would be awesome. But they don't. And most of his paint budget went into the silver paint all over his car mode, because the robot mode parts barely have any paint detail other than that black right there, the Autobot logos, and the gold or bronze on his mouth, and that red dot on his forehead. But let's zoom in on his head sculpt right there, which is very reminiscent of Grimlock. Which what I do love, they gave him a transparent blue visor, and you can sort of see eyes behind that. So that's good. There's the side of his head. There's the back of the head. Major problem with this mold: the ball joints. These ball joints get really loose really quick. Years ago I put nail polish in there. They're all the areas that I put nail polish on was the hips, the ball joints and hips got loose. And in these biceps. That one is really loose. This one is still tight. But he does have a lot of posability. The arms can rotate 360 right there. Go all the way out to the side right here. He has a joint that bends weirdly, like Trax's joint right there. And that ball joint lets him swivel. He does have a waist joint. He does bend down here at like a secondary waist joint, like the Combiner Wars aerial bots. Now, the way the hips are designed, they look like he has thigh swivel, but he doesn't. It's just a ball joint. You can kick out that much, kick all the way back. He has a knee that can bend that much, but if you open this panel, it can bend greatly. Now the ankles, there's a joint in there that lets the foot go back like this, but let's let you see this foot, which is just the car seats. When you bend it back like that, it looks weird, and it does have another pivoting area in there so you can get ankle pivot. So bend that around to your liking so you can do whatever type of pose you want to do. Weapons, he has this sword right here that's been stored there this whole time. Take that out. The fingers open up. I don't think I went into that. He has a ball jointed wrist. Fingers open up and the index finger opens up separately. The sword has this little nub right there that can peg into his fists. It's very tiny, and I've never liked that really. And now the engine. You pull these forward, pull this handle down, and that's supposed to be a gun. Same thing over here. He has a peg on both sides so he can hold it either way or in either hand. Put this into his little hand. Shut the fingers. And now he has a gun and a sword. So the peg, the way they're shaped, he doesn't hold it very greatly, and it's just any bump will knock it slam out his hand, which I've never liked. But I think out of all the alternators, this one still holds up other than those ball joints. So floor polish, nail polish, whatever you want to use, make sure you keep that handy, because this guy is definitely going to need that. But other than that kibble hanging off the back, and I guess you never have to look at him like that. I mean, if you want, you can pop that off. I mean, that's parts forming, and I know people hate that, but that is an option. So now he doesn't have it. I mean, if they put a little peg in there that could fit on this wheel, or if the wheels weren't there, you could hold it as some type of shield or something. Or I've seen people do mods where they have it up under here. But yeah, I like him. He has an awesome vehicle mode, a robot mode that's very, very decent and still holds up today. And he's still posable, so I love him. Let me compare him to one guy. Here's Masterpiece Grimlock. I guess I need to review him one day, but I never realized that Grimlock, or Masterpiece Grimlock, does have a two-pronged weapon. So they did try to keep it somewhat like the original G1, but they couldn't make it look like that. And the face does look very similar. So, yeah. Masterpiece Grimlock. If you could only get one Alternators or Binaltech figure, I think he would be a good one. Just make sure you have floor polish and nail polish, because like I said, those joints get loose. But other than that, he's very good. That crown can't fit him. If you like this video, think about giving me a like, share, subscribe, comment. T-Man978 out of here. Thanks for watching.